The meeting will please come to order. I welcome everybody to this meeting, and I hope everybody has a good time. We will have an opening prayer by Akira Granado.
Heavenly Father, we have assembled to handle the affairs of our city. As we do so, we ask for your guidance and understanding. We pray that our city reaches a place of peace and safety. Keep us out of harm's way and bless those who are in authority. Let respect be key in all our endeavors. Amen.
Amen. Amen. At this time, we will receive the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The clerk will call the roll.
Councilman White,
Present.
Councilwoman Darby,
Okay.
Present.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Present.
Councilwoman Harley, Councilwoman Fields,
You can say present.
Present.
Councilwoman McCoy, Councilman Johnson,
Present.
Councilman Field, Councilwoman Cabrera, Councilman Mills, Councilman Spadola, Councilwoman Bracy,
Present.
President Congo.
Here.
8 present and 5 absent.
Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
April 18, 2024, City Council met in regular session with remote participation, the above date at 6:30 p.m. President Ernest M. Congo II presiding. The opening prayer was done by Kara Granado.
Has been moved to this.
I move the minutes be accepted as written.
Second.
Has been moved to the second of the minute. Has been accepted as written. On the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
I think the giggles got it.
Motion carried. This time I can read it all in reports. Reading reports.
Committee reports, April 22nd, 2024. President, members of Council, City of Wilmington, ladies and gentlemen, we, your Finance and Economic Development Committee, met by anchor location and remote participation to was referred ordinance number 24020 entitled, A Project Ordinance Approving and Authorizing the Financing of a Project for Salesianum School, Inc., making certain findings with respect thereto, authorizing the issuance of the City of Wilmington revenue bonds in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $10 million, and authorizing other necessary action. Have given this ordinance careful study and recommend council vote on it. Accordingly, respectfully submitted those members present: Councilman Johnson, Councilwoman Harley, Councilwoman Bracy, Councilman Field, Councilwoman Oliver, Councilman Spadola, and President Congo.
At this time, I move that the committee report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
It has been properly moved and second the report be received, recorded, and filled. On the question, all those in favor silently might be saying aye. Opposed to motion carried.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried.
April 24, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, where your Community Development and Urban Planning Committee met jointly with Finance and Economic Development Committee by anchor location and remote participation to was referred ordinance number 24019 entitled, an ordinance to approve the removal of a portion of West 16th Street located between Brinkell and Green Hill Avenues from the official city map. I have given this ordinance careful study and recommend council vote on it accordingly. Respectfully submitted, those members present, Councilman Field, Councilwoman Fields, Councilwoman McCoy, Councilman Spadola, President Congo, absent with leave, Councilwoman Cabrera, Councilwoman Darby, and Councilman White.
It has properly moved and succeeded the report by being received, recorded, and filled on questions, and all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Second. Aye. Aye.
Any opposed, motion carried.
Can you move it, please?
Okay. At this time, I move that the committee report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second. Second.
It's been properly moved and second. The report will be received, recorded, and filed. On the question, all in favor saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. This time I will be saying city report.
City Treasurer's Report, May 2nd, 2024. Total investment, $500,668,829.81. Total cash on hand, $18,225,062.74. Grand total, $518,893,892.55. Submitted by Dwayne Sims, City Treasurer.
I move the treasurer's report to be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. The report be received, recorded, and filed. On the question, all in favor signified by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. I will accept the motion to move. To accept all non-Levis business.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. To accept all non-legislative business. On the question, all those in signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Council Measure Casey, please come forward.
I have my certificate. My dad has
Okay, the students will read their ordinance that they created, their resolution that they created today. Councilmember?
There's a paper for us to read. Whereas after school and after school programs provide great benefits to the youth, families, and communities
in the city of Wilmington, and whereas these programs provide activities that keep young people busy and out of trouble, and help out parents by providing options for children care during work hours, and whereas after school programs provide fun activities where the youth can learn new things, develop new skills needed in life, and build friendships and teamwork. Whereas these activities are done in a safe and supervised environment that contributes to the overall well-being of the city's young population, and whereas these are not always in people available or the funding to provide these activities to the city's youth population.
Now therefore being it resolved by the Youth and City Government Council of the City of Wilmington that this Youth Council encourages the council to provide a plan for after school and aftercare programs with funding and staff supports to provide accesses to the city youth of all ages and backgrounds. Be it further resolves that this youth council acknowledges the need for fun after school and aftercare programs and activities to provide a better environment for the children of the city of Wilmington. Passed by Youth and City Government Council.
The sponsors of this legislation are Council President Ernest Trippy Congo, Council Members Vincent White, Shanae and Darby, Xanthia Oliver, Michelle Harley, Brigida A. Fields, Yolanda M. McCoy, Christopher C. Johnson, Nathan Field, Maria Cabrera, Albert Mills, James Bedolla, and Letitia Bracey. Whereas it is the sense of this legislative body to recognize the dedicated effort of those individuals within the city of Wilmington who instill human values of community and serving, community caring and serving in our youth. And whereas the Wilmington Department of Parks and Recreation, through its Youth and City Government Day, works tirelessly to prepare our youth as leaders of tomorrow by providing hands-on experiences in the daily operations of city government. The students hold candidate elections, present their platform to their peers. The schools represented are Alexis I. DuPont Middle School, Gateway Charter School of Delaware, the Bayard School, the Bancroft School, and Coomba Academy Charter School. And whereas the distinguished student elected officials and city department heads are, and if you could stand when your name is called, the President of City Council, Xavier Driver, Councilman, 1st District, Terrell Brown. Councilwoman District 3, Amia Lloyd. Where is Councilwoman? Oh, Councilman, District 2, Michael Moore and Jaden Williams. District 4, Candace Hardy. She's with Councilwoman Darby. District 5, Pax Tanner. 6th District, Cynthia Bayard. 7th District, Jayana Michaels. 8th District, Peyton Staub. At large, Cadence Walker. At large, Veronica Minus. I think we have some more at large. Oh, at large, Angel Beltran. At large, Brahman Jackson. Excuse me. And we have City Clerk Ryan Blanco. And the Mayor, Khalil Hackett. Congratulations to all the students from Youth and Government Day. I hope you guys had a great time.
So at this time, we are going to allow our future elected officials just to thank their families and friends and their teachers, and just tell a little bit about themselves and their dreams and aspirations. We're going to start with City Council President Xavier Driver.
So the first person I would like to thank is my mom for taking care of me and giving me all the stuff that I needed, and taking me all the places that I wanted to go, and buying all the clothes that I wanted, and giving me a roof over my head and feeding me. So, and the second person I would like to thank is my AAP teacher, Dr. Sherlock, for help giving me when I was sad and when I needed it, and helping me learn things that I needed to learn, and helping me get to this moment where I'm at right now. And I would also like to thank my sister for helping me when I was sad and when I was just alone, and being there for me. And I would also like to tell you some stuff about me. My name is Xavier Driver, and the school I go to is the Byard School. I'm in 4th grade. And as you can see, I'm president of City Council. My favorite subject is science, and my hobbies that I like to do is football and basketball. I would like to start a YouTube channel to tell people out there what I like to do and what I usually just want to tell them. And the thing I would like to change in this world or this neighborhood is I would like to see less shooting and less homeless people on the streets of Wilmington. And if you wanted to know, my mom's name is Sharita Berry.
Okay.
Other comments I had is that I really had fun, and I really can't wait to run for president next year.
And next, we are going to have our 1st District Council person.
Okay. My name is Symphony Byard, and the school I go to is the Byard School. I'm in 4th grade. The district I am in is 1st District. My favorite subject and hobbies, my favorite subject is math, and my hobbies are reading. And I would like to go to college and study criminology. I would like to see less litter on the ground. My mom's name is Diana Upchurch, and my grandmother's name is Priscilla Roy.
And next, our 2nd District Councilperson.
So I have the 4th district, so I don't know if we want to go with our 4th district person. Okay.
Hi, my name is Candace Hardy. I go to the Bancroft School and I am in the 4th grade. I like coding, drawing, playing the saxophone, and roller skating. Changes I would like to see in the neighborhood is less crimes, and my mom's name is Leanna Hardy.
Next, our 3rd District Councilperson.
Hello, my name is Amaya Loy from Councilwoman 3rd District. I go to Kumba Academy Charter School. I'm in 6th grade. I like to dance and math, and I like to do cheerleading. I like doing hair and doing nails. What I want to change in the neighborhood or city is peace, kindness, clean streets, and no bullying. My mom's name is Tamika Gross, and I want to attend to Howard High School.
And next, our 5th District Councilman.
Hello, my name is Pax Tanner. My name of my school is the Bayard School. I'm in 5th grade. My title is District 5. My favorite subject is math, and my hobbies are basketball and baseball. I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. I want to stop robbery or try to seize the amount of them in our city or neighborhood. I'm working on moving the 5th district and my mom's name is Brianna Tanner.
Next, we have our 7th District Councilwoman.
Hi, my name is Jayana Michaels. I would like to thank my dad for everything, and I guess my brothers. I go to AI Middle School. I'm in 6th grade. I do District 7th. My favorite subject or hobbies is art. What I would like to do career-wise, I would like to do makeup or baking. What changes would I like to do? No more trash all over yards in my neighborhood, and everyone's grass is cut even if I have to help. My dad's name is Christopher Michaels.
And is our 6th District Council person with us?
Not me, not me.
Not you. All right. Councilmember Johnson, the young man that's sitting next to you. He's the 6th. Is he the 6th?
No, he's cat.
No, he's at large.
Okay, so now we will move to our at-large council members. Oh, I'm sorry. Our 8th District Councilwoman.
Hello, my name is Peyton Staub. My school that I go to is Gateway Charter School. I'm in 5th grade. The title of the office that I am in is District 8. My favorite subject is PE, and my favorite hobby is running. What I would like to see change is more activities for kids to go outside. And what I would like to be when I get older, I want to grow up and become a pilot. My mom and dad's name is Shannon Staub and Michael Staub.
Have we introduced all of our district council members? If so, we will move to our at-large council members. Councilmember Johnson?
Hello, good evening. My name is Rahman Jackson. I go to Kumba Academy, and I'm in 6th grade. The government I am serving is Councilperson at Large C. My favorite subject is math and science. My favorite hobbies are basketball and football. The changes I would like to make in this world is no littering, no crime, and just all peace. And my father's name is Brahma Jackson.
It's who?
Who's your father?
My dad is Brahma Jackson.
There we go.
Councilmember Bracy.
Good job, man. Boom.
Good evening. My name is Angel Beltran. I attend the Bancroft School. I'm in the 4th grade, and the title government office I'm serving is Councilperson at Large A. I like dance, art, and gymnastics. I would like to be a chef when I grow up. And changes that I would like to see in my neighborhood is people stop playing their music so loudly, especially at night, because there are a lot of children in my neighborhood and they have school, so I would like them to acknowledge that. And my mom's name is Leslie Hamilton, and my other comments is that I love cats.
Hello. Hello, my name is Veronica. The school I go to is Gateway Charter School. I'm in 5th grade. The title government office I am in is Council at Large D. My favorite hobby is football. And my favorite subject is PE and math. And what I would like to be when I grow up is a football player or a singer. And the things that I would like to change is stop killing and shooting. It hurts our community. My parents' name is Melanie Williams, and my dad's name is Monroe Barrett. My other comments are Gateway helps you learn and guides you through it.
And our at-large Councilmember B.
Hi, my name is Cadence Walker. I go to Kuumba Academy and I'm in 6th grade. I am serving for Councilperson at Large B. My favorite subject is math and I like to act and dance. A career that I would do is a famous actor, but if I can't do that, I have a plan B to be a lawyer. And what I would like to change in my neighborhood is that we can have more trash cans, because a lot of people have trash but nowhere to put them. So if we have more trash cans, it'll be less littering.
And next we have our mayor.
Hello, my name is Khalil Hackett. I go to Bayer and I'm in the 4th grade. And I'm a mayor, and my favorite games is math, recess, and football. And I like to do football and plumbing. I would like to change recess minutes, and I don't know what change. People stop, and I want people to stop robbing. My mom's name is Jasmine Hackett.
All right, let's give one more round of applause for all of our elected officials. And we would like to have all of the youth in government please come in the front so we can have a picture, please, a group photo. Everyone associated, teachers, parents, everyone associated, please.
Ellesmere. Okay, bye-bye. We live on Birch, that's all.
She said everybody.
Do I take this with me? No, you should keep it. Oh, I don't want it, but okay. Let me put your pen back.
Thank you. You're the best council person. Thank you.
What do parents say?
No, those are yours. You get to go up.
What if you're both? Yeah.
Parents and teachers, come on up.
Go, moms. Everybody go, moms. Go stand behind them. Go, go.
Yes.
Be gone. Give me that. Go. That's fine. Parents, go. hopefully cheer up. There we go. Go with your kids. Yeah, go with your kids.
All council members, please come up to take pictures.
Oh,
All council members, please come up to take pictures.
Pat.
We're going to ask all council members to also be a part of the group photo. All council members, please.
That's all.
Thank you.
Oh, so they're done. Here, take this.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Here, this is yours too. Didn't it hug you good?
I thought I had it. Hold on. Oh, here they go. Send me an email.
Wilmington.
And Bree, I can't wait to tell Bree. She's taking pictures and pictures.
What you mean? I walk here now. Hola.
See you later. Xavier.
See you out there in the field.
Oh, here, take your,
City. Yeah. No.
this is yours. I thought I was gonna keep some of it.
All right, man. Take care.
Hold on. Your mom wants to-
We're going to ask all council members to please return to your seats. All council members, we are live, so I'm going to ask everyone to please return to your seats so that we may continue the meeting. Everyone, please clear council floor. Council members, please return to your seats. All right, I will. Thank you. At this time, we will continue our recognition resolutions. I believe that was the only one that was in person. Councilmember Mills would like to recognize Tennis in the Streets. And I would like to recognize Marie Foreman on her 104th birthday and recognize the Omega Psi Phi Zeta 50th anniversary. Then as far as sympathy resolutions, Councilmember Cabrera would like to give a sympathy resolution for David Roselle. Coming from Councilmember Brigida Fields, sympathy resolutions for Deborah Sargent and LaQuenta Daniels. And from Councilmember Vincent White, a sympathy resolution for Richard E. Williams. At this time, we will move to public comment. As a friendly reminder, please watch your step when you're called. Please remember to introduce yourself. You do have 3 minutes. When you have 30 seconds left, I will give you a friendly reminder, so please begin to wrap up your comments. At this time, we're going to start with Dwight Davis.
Mic right there. Good evening, Mr. President, members of City Council, young and old members of City Council. My name is Brother Dwight L. Davis, and I'm here to thank Wilmington City Council for appointing me to serve on the Wilmington City Council Reparations Task Force. In January 23, I was appointed to this council task force, and in March of this year, 24, we submitted our report. I want to really say thank you to Bishop Peter Spencer, who in 1813 received the very first charter that established the African Union. And over the next 210 years, we've been working towards freedom as it pertains to reparations. And the reparations that we are seeking is not a dollar amount reparations that you will find if you read the document. The reparations are certifications of questions of law. One in particular question of law is whether or not those that have ascended from chattel slavery in 24 are citizens as it pertains to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. There are other questions of law that need to be addressed, and at this particular time, I will be calling upon Governor John Carney to certify questions of law to the Delaware State Supreme Court. I trust that all council people will read this document. This is probably the best document for reparations that's been presented in this millennium. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. God bless you and Godspeed.
Amen.
Thank you. And we do have several members from the public who have signed up virtually, so to be fair, we are going to alternate between our virtual audience and our audience that is in council chambers. Next, virtually, we have Mike Lawson. Mike Lawson. And we're also going to ask for H. Ralston. Please come forward so you can be ready after Mike Lawson.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to speak in regards to the resolution for the pension this evening. As a City of Wilmington retiree, for nearly 2 decades, the City of Wilmington has neglected its retired employees, leaving them without a cost of living adjustment since 2006. The Pension Commission, comprised mostly of city employees, has consistently denied annual cost of living increases, even during times of surplus, at the recommendation of the city treasurer in years past. It's disheartening to see those who have dedicated their lives to serving the city now facing financial uncertainty and struggling to make ends meet. We have pensioners living below the poverty level, unsure of how they will afford basic necessities like milk and bread, or worry about paying their bills due to the rising cost of living. I want to express my gratitude to Councilwoman Oliver and other city council for taking the first step towards rectifying this injustice. It's time for the City of Wilmington to prioritize the well-being of its retired employees and ensure they receive the support and commitment they deserve. Thank you very much, Mr. President. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Ralston.
Yes, good evening. My name's Holland Ralston Jr. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. I have 4 posts that I would like to share with council and members of the community. The first is, and pay attention, let me have your attention for a few minutes. We must be mindful of placing great role models in our children's and grandchildren's lives. We have to build the confidence levels of our youth. When a city is 67% African American, but has white leadership in the mayor's office, what message does that send to our African American youth? I have a question. If Wilmington is 67% African American, why wouldn't we expect to have an African American mayor? Wilmington is 67% African American. We need African American leadership as a model and confidence builder for our youth, a picture of success. My other point is, again, my name's Holland Ralston Jr. I'm the proud author of the Street Bible. This is a book that I wrote with Celestine C.S. Light, who was my chief editor. The Street Bible is a compilation of sayings, quotes, and toasts. I'm here before City Council to ask for your help in promoting my book. I'm a homegrown author, born and raised in the city of Wilmington. I've been here all my life, and the ladies and gentlemen of City Council have a lot of power at your disposal. So if you have any ideas, suggestions that I might be able to use in advertising my book, The Street Bible, it would be greatly appreciated. And it would also be appreciated if you were to purchase one and if you read it and understood it,
You have 20
because
seconds.
it's a great,
You have 20 seconds.
okay,
And
because
Mr. Ralston,
it's a great work.
Mr. Ralston, we're not allowed to have any type of promotions on city council floor. I apologize.
Oh, I didn't
No
know.
advertising.
Okay, thank you very much then for your endurance.
All right, thank you. Next, from our virtual audience, we have Tony Rispoli. Tony Rispoli. And we're going to ask for Timeless Thomas to please come forward. You'll be right after Tony Rispoli.
I'm here, sir.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the council, especially Councilwoman Oliver, and also to the distinguished students that were present earlier. I think everybody here would vote for more recess minutes. My name is Tony Rispoli, and I proudly served as a captain of the Wilmington Police Department for 21 years before retiring in 1994. That was 30 years ago. Since then, my pension has increased $4,000. Again, I retired 30 years ago. Now, at 71 years young, I am still able to work. However, last year I was laid off and have since been working multiple part-time jobs 7 days a week. My next day off is Memorial Day. Unfortunately, this does not seem to be changing anytime soon. On an average, 12 police retirees pass away each year. While I do not have the specific numbers for the fire department nor the civilian retirees, it is safe to assume that the numbers are similar. Each time a retiree passes away, the city saves money or pays out less each year. We are simply asking that these savings be passed on to us. This request is only temporary as the number of retirees decreases each year. Furthermore, many of us did not pay into Social Security while we were working for the city and therefore do not receive full benefits from it. This yearly COLA increase is especially needed for our retirees who are unable to work and rely on fixed income to survive. This includes the widows living below the poverty line, currently set at $14,580 for an individual, according to the Census Bureau's 2023 data. Do not forget about us, the forgotten retirees who have given our all to serve the city. It is time for you to give back and show us the dignity and respect we deserve. As for me, when I grow up, I would like to travel a little and spend more time with my grandchildren. At 71, I can't do that yet. So I am in favor of the resolution to include a COLA for the pension beneficiaries. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And per council rules, we do have to have a motion to be approved to have public comment go past 7:30. So at this time, I will accept the motion to extend public comment.
Second.
Second.
It's been probably moved and second to accept, to extend public comment. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Thomas? And then our next virtual speaker will be Paul Morelli. Morel.
And then there was Timeless. So, hello, city president and council. I have a few things I just want to say. My voice is whatever. I'd like to start by thanking Councilwoman Michelle Harley, who sponsored one of my giveaways in the 4th District. That was really big, and I appreciate that. I would like to also thank Councilwoman Oliver. I have done events in her district, and she really supported me in my initiatives. And I would also like to say on record that I'm a really, really big fan of Councilwoman Sinead Darby. She's so bold and strong and educated and fearless. But now, I got to get to the issue. The youth that were in here. Oh, that was a beautiful thing. Because they are the ones that they're gonna lead the future. They're going to the future. And we have to be sure, we have to be very certain that we're not photo opping in chambers. We gotta be certain that we just didn't do it to play along with the school look. We gotta be sure those babies are a reflection of us. They're gonna fill these seats. We gotta be sure that we don't sell them out now behind closed doors and then expect them to be there for us in our future. We can't say, well, I need assistance, my house is getting 4 o'clock, and we want to set them up for a bad situation. We can't play about them babies. I understand the importance of leverage in relationships. I understand that. That's very important. I understand standing with people for certain reasons. Doesn't mean you stand with them for everything.
You have 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm coming. Oh, here it comes. Wait for it. Please wait for it. Here it comes. I won't take long. I came with this message. There's a national spotlight on Delaware. Oh, yeah. Governors running for mayors. Al Sharpton on the block. Not the library. The block.
You have 10 seconds.
I'm done. Timeless, Thomas.
Thank you. Next, virtually, we have. Okay, all right, you can come forward. Thank you. Please remember to introduce yourself. Please watch your step. And next, we will have, after Paul, we will have Mr. Ali.
Hello, my name is Paul Merle. I live in the 6th District. Good evening. I'm here in support of Resolution 0426, sponsored by Councilwoman Oliver. I'm a 60-year resident of the city of Wilmington. I'm a proud retired lieutenant from the Wilmington Fire Department that served 31 years for the city of Wilmington. I currently sit on the pension board for the firefighters and serve as the pension secretary for the last 13 years. Our department was established in 1921 as a paid department. Our first set of pensioners would have been 20 years thereafter in 1941. To my knowledge, and I've done some research, there's only been 4 minimal cost of living increases given over a 15-year period, starting in 1991 and ending in 2006. Now let's think about that. That's 80 years. 80 years. As a pension, there's only been 4 cost of living increases. I mean, I just, you know, I don't have any words for that, to be honest. There are currently 266 retirees on pension. 50% of those 266 receive below $25,000 a year. We have 71 widows on pension. 48 of those widows are below $15,000 a year. Don't know how they're even paying their electric bill. It's not from a lack of trying. Every January, the uniform and non-uniform employees request the cost of living at the annual pension commission meeting, and we are met with the same answer every year: no. We are here today asking you, council, to commit to supporting Resolution 0426, the same way our retirees have committed to protecting and serving the city of Wilmington. I realize this resolution is not a guaranteed for cost of living increase for all city employees, but by getting it in as a budget priority is a step in the right direction. I would especially like to thank Councilman Oliver for sponsoring this resolution, and also like to thank all of council members for your dedication and service to the city of Wilmington. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next virtually, we have Francis Marigi. I'm not sure if you wanted to comment or not. Francis Marigi or Marigi. Okay, thank you. Next we have Christina Kelly. Christina.
Hi, good evening. My name is Christina Kelly. Speaking tonight, honestly, I'm a little surprised and shocked and somewhat confused even that just 2 weeks ago we watched all of council, except for a lovely 2, shoot down a bunch of affordability programs, evaluations, proposals, really, for residents of the city of Wilmington. And 2 weeks later, well, let me fix that. A week later, we sat and we listened to the budget department speak about how we're just not bringing in enough money. And here we are a week later, and we are discussing handing up to $10 million to a private, all-boys religious institution that takes $20,000 a year per student for a baseball field. Meanwhile, we have people that are losing their homes, losing access to water, don't have access to clean water, have access to, you know, infiltrated water to drink and to live on. So I'm concerned that our priorities are quite messed up. I'm quite concerned about the use of my taxpayer dollars, and that it's going to support a rich institution in the state, actually the 4th most expensive private school in the state, as opposed to going to help the residents in the city of Wilmington that already have so much stacked against them. So I hope council members will take this and kind of think on it and, you know, evaluate their own priorities. But more or less, I just wanted to share my disappointment, my shock, my surprise. Thank you, Council President, for an opportunity to speak.
You're welcome. Thank you. Next in council chambers, we have, I believe it's Shalir Ali. Last name Ali. Okay, thank you. Next, we will have first name Donald Bluestein. Yes, thank you. You may come forward. Please remember to introduce yourself. You can come around this way for me, please. Again, thank you for joining us. Please watch your step as you step to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Council. I'm a little nervous, excuse me.
Take your time.
I'll probably talk really fast. 3 minutes will go by real quick. My name is Donald Bluestein. I'm a retired sergeant from the Wilmington Police Department. I retired in December of 2014. 24 years of service. I have not received a call during that time. Other retirees have gone without a call for 18 or so years. My police class in March of 1991 was the last police class in the city pension. All of those subsequent to that are pensioned through the state of Delaware Municipal Police Officers pension plan. During the last pension meeting, it was noted that the pension plan would not be fully funded until 2033, which is 10 years away. 33 years have passed since I was hired in March of 1991, and the pension is still not fully funded. Number of administrations have come and gone, a number of councils have come and gone, a number of police officers, firemen, city employees have come and gone. Why has it not been fully funded in that period of time? Why until 2033 does that additional time have to pass before it becomes fully funded? I don't know the answers to that, just a question why. There are a number of, large number of retirees and widows whose pensions are at below the poverty line. Retirees who receive pensions, whether they be police or fire or just city employees, may also fall victim, I say victim, air quotes, of the Windfall Act that reduces their Social Security benefit for up to some 50% because they spent a large portion of their lives working for a municipality and receive a government pension. So they're not even getting, they're getting less Social Security because they receive a pension. This combined with a never-increasing pension can result in financial hardship for retirees who dedicated a large portion of their lives to the city. Wilmington serves as a major entity in our state, so much so that its financial health affects the entire state. This city props up this state, and there's no other way around that. I thank council for the resolution, but implore you not to shoulder this alone, but to reach out to your state legislators and your federal legislators to help this city stay financially sound, to include helping out retirees with a COLA in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, virtually, we have Christine Marks.
Hello. Hello, my name is Christine Marks, and I live on Quaker Hill. I've lived here for 41 years now, and I'm speaking out tonight to voice my support of Councilwoman Field's vote on the ordinance to amend Chapter 45 of the City Code to prohibit water service disconnections for non-payment of utility charges. I understand that this is a very difficult situation for some elderly and disabled residents, as well as those with small children who are unable to pay their water and sewer bills. I support some kind of assistance to help those in need, but I feel that in a sensitive situation like this, a more targeted case-by-case basis is really necessary. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Next, we have Linda. Linda, WITN is Linda still? Okay. All right, thank you. That does conclude our public comment. Again, we want to thank everyone who signed up for public comment, everyone who joined us virtually and in council chambers. We always welcome you to do so at any of our council and also our committee meetings.
President Congo, there are
Yes.
2 others who may not have signed up. They said that they didn't get called.
Okay. Is there someone who did not get called who signed up for public comment? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to call you up briefly. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Councilmember Field. Maggie. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. When you come forward, please introduce yourself, and please be careful when you step to the podium. When you have 30 seconds left, I'll give you a friendly reminder.
Thank you.
And if Susan Saltis and Mike Saltis can please come forward, so you'll be ready to speak next.
My name is Maggie Messinger. I live in the 8th District. I'm here to speak in opposition to Ordinance 24019 to remove a portion of West 16th Street from the city map. This has sort of been a long and convoluted process, and I appreciate everyone trying to keep up to speed on it. At its core, though, this is about one developer operating under 2 LLCs who bought 3 adjoining properties. The connective tissue to all of these properties is West 16th Street, the street bed that you were considering giving to one of these LLCs. Or that is part of the $1.2 million the city is paying that developer for one of those properties. The street bed would benefit yet another LLC that recently bought 1601 Green Hill Avenue, so this is where things get tricky. Councilman Field even said in a recent meeting that the vagueness of this is not reassuring. We heard several things at the CEDUP meeting that we'd like to highlight and/or clean up. We heard confirmation from the city attorney that the city or the land bank, it's still not clear, paid $1.2 million for the grossly neglected Gibraltar property that the developer purchased for $10. We heard that the street bed you're considering vacating represents $350K of that $1.2 million. We did not hear, but we did ask what the city has spent so far to mitigate the damage caused by the previous owner. At last estimate, that figure was around $300,000. You did not hear from the Planning Commission that gave their approval of this, that all of the neighbors who were against this giveaway attended their meeting. We did hear, and this is where we want to clear some things up, we heard Councilwoman McCoy ask if the original petition objecting to the giveaway of West 16th Street was now just objecting to 3 houses being built on Green Hill Avenue after the city gives land away to accommodate that new development. To clear up the question, the original petition objecting to the giveaway of West 16th is one thing. The objection to the 3 houses being built on Green Hill came from Greenhouse Place HOA and recent homeowners, nearby homeowners concerned about the already risky traffic patterns there. We heard Councilwoman McCoy ask if there were objections to the 3 houses being built at Gibraltar. We want to make clear that those houses have nothing to do with Gibraltar, are not being built on Gibraltar.
You have 30 seconds.
We heard Councilman Field state that some of the original petitioners who objected to the giveaway of West 16th had a change of heart, so we did reach out to them. 2 of the 15 signers we have spoken with say they are willing to wait to hear a plan. 1 did not reply by this evening. About this plan, we would respectfully request that you table this decision until the community has a chance to see the plan, complete with site renderings and engineering studies and traffic impact studies. We know that good leaders unite communities. Thank you for your time and efforts on behalf of the city.
Thank you. Susan Saltis.
My name is Susan Soltis. I live on 16th Street, 3 doors away from the paper 16th Street that's being considered for vacation. I'm also opposed to the vacation, and we don't even have a plan in place for what would be done with that. So urge you to table it before you decide, so the community can have a chance to look at that. Also a little bit confused about plans, whether they're talking about a portion of paper 16th Street to be vacated, but it's unclear to me if there's a plan for the other part of paper 16th Street, the upper part, that, and this whole convoluted, way that this has come about with not even clear who owns this at this point, but promises have been made to to one of these LLCs that's not even adjacent to, that does not own property adjacent to it anymore. So some kind of confusion about all that. And then especially, again, vacating this without specific plans in place. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mike Saltis.
Sure, I can even share the time. Excuse me, my name is Mike Saltis, and I would just like to echo that it's important to have a plan, a written plan, that indicates what's going to happen with the property of vacating West 16th Street, paper West 16th Street. There's hints that it will go to contractors, developers to make housing. It's not clear that that's sure or who that goes to. And it would, I think, for what you're voting on, you should know what's going to happen with that property. Thank you.
Thank you. Just want to make sure that we did not miss anyone in council chambers for public comment. And WITN, no one else has signed up virtually, correct? Okay, thank you. So at this time, we will move to legislative business. We're going to go a little out of order. We're going to go with Council Member Nathan Fields' legislation first.
So, President,
An ordinance to present.
you gonna read it?
An ordinance to present.
Yeah. Okay. So I have an ordinance to present. Call for the third and final reading.
Ordinance 24-019, Agenda 0415. An ordinance to approve the removal of a portion of West 16th Street located between Brinkle and Green Hill Avenues from the official city map.
So,
You gotta move it.
this is a,
It needs to be moved. Need to move it, please.
can you, would like to move this for discussion for the third and final reading?
WITN request that you speak into your mic, Councilmember.
I would like to move this for discussion to third and final reading.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second for that to be known as the enacting clause of the ordinance and called for a yea or nay vote on the question.
President Congo, this ordinance is, I just want to make 5 or 6 points on this ordinance because it's related to the topic that's gotten a lot of attention related to the issue of Gibraltar. So in May of 2021, there was a proposal for a comprehensive development project involving the Gibraltar Mansion and a couple of the adjacent properties. And the original proposal included 10 townhomes on Green Hill Avenue, 8 additional single-family homes, and a hotel on the mansion property. It has been, that was 2.5 years ago, it has been dramatically watered down. And it is now, the only thing that we are talking about here is 2 potential homes at 1601 Green Hill Avenue, which is private property, where there already is 1 home, and maybe a third at 16th and Green Hill. So the point is that what was originally proposed and what is on the table now in terms of additional development in the neighborhood is night and day. 4 or 5% at most of what was originally discussed in 2021. The second point is, and this message was heard loud and clear, many of the neighbors don't want commercial development in the Highlands. Again, the message was heard loud and clear. What is on the table now? No hotel, no bar, no restaurant. And there are no plans in the works, and none of this could happen at 1601 Green Hill or if this parcel at 16th and Green Hill. It has no ability to be anything commercial. So again, no commercial development at all. We got into this point, and that was in large part due to me conveying the wishes of the neighborhood to the mayor. There is no plan for the upper part of 16th Street. In fact, there can't be anything happening there. The home is there. There wouldn't be, it's impossible to see a situation where that could happen. The comment was made of the street bed as a connective tissue. I don't see that. I think the only thing that this could be used for is a home or a yard attached to some of the homes at 1601 Green Hill. And then the issue of who will receive the parcel at 16th and Green Hill, I agree, it's been a convoluted process. It's not how I would have done it, but our job as the city council is to simply address the issues in front of us. And I've had extensive conversations with the mayor and put a lot of pressure on him to guarantee to meet the concerns of the neighborhood. And he has assured me that, quote, the lot will not land in hands that the community will not support. Again, the lot will not land in hands that the community will not support. So the only thing that this ordinance is doing is simply saying it would vacate it to the city, and then the city would have to take administrative steps to determine what it would do. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Seeing no hands raised. Councilmember Darby.
Yes, I got questions earlier this week from constituents in the 8th District, and I asked the mayor administration to answer them, and they still haven't answered them. So I'm still unclear about a lot of things in regards to why city council giving this land to private developers or paying him $350K or taxpayer funds to compensate him for the street bed. So like there's a lot of questions that still haven't been answered in regards to like the transparency piece. And the community in the 8th District are still asking a lot of questions that have not been clearly answered for them. So for me, I will not be supporting it because of that. The lack of transparency. To me, this is just another example of the mayor and the administration of their unequitable development going across every single district, building without community input. So this is just like another example. He's doing it in his own backyard now. So until these questions are answered for me and I understand what's going on, I can't support it, and I still haven't gotten my answers answered by the administration or the council person for that district.
Thank you, Councilmember Johnson.
As a representative for the adjoining district, I have to take the old school approach of giving the deference to that council member. I know there's been numerous meetings over the years. I do understand, and we heard in public comment, there still are some concerns. I hope when this written contract is produced, some of those concerns can be, addressed in those meetings. And I have faith in my colleague, frankly, that he will do the right thing and continue to move forward with making sure everyone's needs are addressed. And it's not going to make everyone happy, but I know if there is an impetus, the mayor actually lives right next to this. So, this is right in his backyard. I get, again, it's not a perfect project. I think a non-commercial project fits the needs of that community. And yes, there, in terms of the plan that the builder has, certainly that has to be produced. I'm not sure if it has to even go back to zoning board, if they were looking for any variance. So all those things will need to happen. So again, I have faith in my colleague as I support any council member through the years in projects going on in their district. So I appreciate the work Councilman Field has done and will continue to do.
Councilmember Bracy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to clarify something that Councilwoman Darby brought up. I wanted to make sure in this piece of legislation, we're not authorizing the 350,000 or anything like that. It's just the street removal or the, I just want to make sure I'm clear on exactly what this is doing. Because I know this is, to everyone's point, a really confusing issue that has been going on for quite some time. So if you could just explain it one more time, Councilman Field, to make sure that we're very clear on what we're voting on right now versus the bigger issue, which there is a bigger issue at play, we all know.
Councilmember Fields.
So the city independently negotiated a contract related to the sale of Gibraltar. The purchase price was about $1.3 million. Overall value of $1.3 million for the mansion, and the city agreed to a specific item that they valued at $350,000, which is the street bed at 16th and Green Hill Avenue. And if the city doesn't vacate it, doesn't give it to them, the city would be forced to pay that money in cash, $350,000 as part of the sale price of Gibraltar. And so it's either, so to answer your question, the city will either pay $350,000 or will turn over the street bed as part of that transaction. But again, the question of what happens on the street bed, the mayor has personally pledged that the lot will not land in hands that the community will not support. And it's assured me that there are any number of checks and balances and ways to control exactly what happens at that lot.
Thank you.
I'd like to recognize Councilmember Cabrera, who joined us virtually.
So noted.
Councilmember Bracy, did you have any follow-up?
Oh, no, thank you. That answered it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Do any council members who are virtual have any comments or questions? Is that a hand raised? Okay, all right. With that, I will return to the sponsor.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Brigida Fields.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I just want to say, and I have to, I'm going to bounce off of Councilman Johnson. I believe that Councilman Field, he's the representative for the 8th District, and I'm sure that he has had discussions, emails, and different meetings concerning this this piece of legislation. So I have to respect my boundaries as far as a council member. I am not in the 8th District, but I am sure that the people that he represents, he works hard, and he's decided to do what's best for his district. So I just want to put it out there, like Councilman Field, this is your piece of ordinance, and this is your district, and you know what goes on, and you know how to handle what you need to handle in the 8th District. So just out of respect, this is his district, and I'm in the 5th. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you. Yeah, there has been a lot of confusion around this piece of legislation. I don't believe that the community is asking for too much from what I've heard and from what we witnessed this evening. They're only asking for a few things, and one of those which is simply a plan. I think it's just our responsibility to make sure that legislation that we are putting forth also includes the community's concerns. So I won't be supporting it. Nothing against Councilmember Field, but I just think that we have to also listen to constituents. I am a representative of the entire city, So for that reason, I won't be supporting it. Before that, I would like to recognize Council Member Yolanda McCoy, who has joined us virtually.
So noted.
And with that, I will return to the sponsor.
So again, the first point, just to summarize it, massive original development project has been scaled down to between 1 to 3 homes on Green Hill Avenue. I lobbied very hard, and I talked to all of the neighbors that have made public comment on this multiple times over the last few years, and most of the neighbors that live close by that have expressed interest. They didn't want commercial development. There will be no commercial development. In terms of exact neighborhood control over what happens at 16th and Green Hill, there is not a legal requirement to provide a plan in terms of a street vacation. The person that has proposed is discussing building there, showed up at a neighborhood meeting and, described what he might do there. And there's extensive checks and balances where the city will control who and what would be built there. It will be 1 home at most. And again, the mayor's assurance is the lot will not land in hands that the community will not support.
Thank you. Clerk, please call for the roll.
Councilman White,
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby,
No.
Councilwoman Oliver, Councilwoman Fields,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy, Councilwoman McCoy, Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabrera,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Yes.
President Congo.
No.
6 yeas, 2 nays, and 5 absent.
Declare defeated. And now we will return to
Clarification,
our.
please. Defeated?
Defeated? Six said yes, 2 said no.
It's the ordinance. Parliamentarian. Parliamentarian, can you repeat that? You just need to unmute your microphone, please.
Sorry, because the measure is an ordinance, it requires a majority of the members of council, so that would require a vote of 7 out of the 13 members.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. This time we will return to our regular order. Councilmember White.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 24024, Agenda 0422, an ordinance to authorize and approve a contract between the City of Wilmington and the Division of Public Health, Department of Health and Social Services, State of Delaware, to enforce Delaware dog control and dangerous dog statutes.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to authorize and approve a contract between the City of Wilmington and the Division of Public Health, Department of Health and Social Services, State of Delaware, to enforce Delaware dog control and dangerous dog statutes.
Second reading of the ordinance. Councilmember White.
Mr. President, I move that that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee. Councilmember Darby.
Yes. Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 24025, Agenda 0423, an ordinance to amend Chapter 45 to prohibit water service disconnections for non-payment of utility charges.
Mr. President.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 45 to prohibit water service disconnections for non-payment of utility charges.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance, and I refer it to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Mr. President, I will be withdrawing agenda number 0424 this evening.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I have a resolution to present on your behalf.
Resolution 24025, Agenda 0425, whereas the City Council Reparation Task Force to study and develop reparation proposal for African Americans with a special consideration for African Americans who are descendants of persons enslaved in the United States, or the task force was established by Resolution 20-080 as amended.
I move this resolution be received, recorded, and filed and adopted by a yea and nay vote.
Second.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. This resolution be received, recorded, filed, and adopted by a yea or nay vote on the question.
Yeah, so this piece of legislation is looking at the plan that the Reparations Task Force came up with. I know they met for, I want to say almost like a year, or a little bit under a year. They met once a month to come up with, a few times throughout the month, to come up with what reparations could look like in the city of Wilmington. So they came up with proposals and considerations. So this is really for city council to strongly support what they have recommended. And this will bring meaningful and lasting change for those who have experienced generational impacts of slavery, and it's ensuring legacy of institutional racism and structural violence that have restricted opportunities for countless individuals in the city of Wilmington. So I'm in support of it.
Councilmember Johnson.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor. This task force has been in the making for many years. Actually, I believe it was approved in last session, end of last session. So this is something that's been a long time coming. I appreciate Mr. Dwight Davis in terms of staying on us and making sure it was staffed, and there was some funding behind this effort. I've read through this. It's actually very good, but it's a starting point. A lot of these are fiscal programs, and we try to handle what we can on council level. Like, for example, investing in a Black Wall Street. We've been doing that consistently. I know this session in terms of giving money to our minority and small business community, and we're continuing to do that. But we need to do a lot more. I think in a lot of housing programs, a lot they talk about. Obviously, redlining existed in this city. We have 95, so there's just a lot there. So I appreciate. I think almost need to set up a standing task force. I know the state had recommendations, I think 2 years ago, and there was supposed to be investment in community, but I'm not sure what the result of that was. So that's up to community to stay on the state as to where's the specific investments, because this does get into a lot of home ownership issues, wealth issues. It's just rampant. And as someone who is a direct descendant of slaves, I think this is paramount for all cities to look at this. I like what Los Angeles has. They actually have the formula to actually figure out the calculation and the wealth that was taken away in certain communities. Certain communities have also been doing property givebacks in terms of property that was taken. So again, this is a lot of work that needs to be done. We definitely need to start somewhere, but I know at least in terms of small things we can do, we definitely need to take a step as council. So appreciate everyone's work on this.
Councilmember Bracy.
Yes, excuse me. I too would like to be added as a co-sponsor, and I just wanted to thank all of those that served over the last year and some change on the Reparations Task Force. My hope and intention is that we're able, as a council, to dig into this and to actually take action. A lot of times, reports and task force are formed, and then the data comes back, and we say thanks. We clap our hands for the report. We announce the report, and then the report goes on a shelf. I really hope that we are able to, as a council and as individual council members, dig into this information, find creative solutions, and not let this discussion die. So thank you to all of those that worked on it, to Shawnee Blair, who was the consultant that helped organize the council staff that helped with this, working with all of the Reparations Task Force members. I really do appreciate this work, and hopefully this is just the start of some ongoing conversations around really changing and making some systemic changes. Thank you.
Councilmember Oliver.
Thank you, Mr. President. I too would like to be a co-sponsor of this. Councilwoman Hanifa Shabazz really worked tirelessly on this. I'd like to also give kudos to, as someone stated, Brother Dwight Davis and Jim Baker for their input, and everybody else who was involved on this. The nights that they were having it, I was having, I'm stuck on certain meetings that was already scheduled priorly. But I would like to say this is very important. Like, a lot of people think this is about money, but it's not. I think I heard someone mention the redlining. You talk about in certain areas such as mine in 19801 and 19802, insurance is extra high. Seniors can't even get homeowners insurance because of the rates. You talk about car insurance. I mean, it never stops in certain areas. So it's not always about money, it's about changing things. Look at the district with the school districts with the kids failing certain grades. So, I mean, various properties, people being maybe moved out of their community. It goes on and on with this reparation force. So I'm just glad it's taking effect and it's finally moving forward. And I would like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Councilmember Brigida Field.
Thank you, Mr. President. I first would like to acknowledge former Council President Hanifa Shabazz and former Councilperson Rashima Dixon for working on this before I even got into, before any of us, I mean, some of us, the freshmen, had even gotten on city council, and it was a big deal then. And I'd like to thank them for just bringing it to the city's attention that we're not getting our reparations as we should. So by them going to different conferences and having those conversations with other cities and states that have gotten the reparations and know how to work around it, they were able to build the foundation. Now, with the task force, we're able to continue to grow off of the foundation that they set forth in 107. So I would like to be added as a co-sponsor. And again, I would like to kind of go off of what Councilwoman Oliver said. It's not about the money. It's about, making a change for our community. I think that is key. And I would definitely like to thank Brother Dwight Davis for being diligent, for pushing us, and for being steadfast on what he believes and how he feels as far as this reparation being done for the city of Wilmington. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember White.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor. Thank you.
So noted.
Don't want to miss any council members who may be virtual. We have any questions or concerns, comments? And I again would like to thank the entire committee that worked tirelessly, and I definitely want to thank those who served with me on the 107th session of City Council for bringing this to the table. It's going to take a lot of courage from us as elected officials because we have to challenge many different systems, and I hope that we are brave enough to do so to make this a reality. It's one thing, like council members have already said, to have it written down on a piece of paper, but to try to make this legislation, these recommendations happen, will not be an easy task. So hopefully we are prepared for that fight. And with that, I will return to Councilmember Darby.
Yes, now I'm going to make sure, one, I'm added as a co-sponsor. And I just want to thank everyone for their work from prior council to this council for the work they're doing in the community. So thank you.
And clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman White,
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fields,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy, Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabrera,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Yes.
President Congo.
Yes.
9 yeas and 4 absent.
Declared adopted. This time I'm going to go a little out of order again and go to Councilmember Johnson.
Yes, Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for third and final reading.
Just one moment. Thank you. Ordinance 24020, Agenda 0420, a project ordinance approving and authorizing the financing of a project for Salesianum School, Inc., making certain findings with respect thereto, authorizing the issuance of the City of Wilmington revenue bonds in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $10 million and authorizing other necessary action.
Mr. President, I move that be known as enacting clause in the ordinance and call for a yea and nay vote.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the enacting clause of the ordinance and called for a yea or nay vote. On the question.
This is a development bond, the financing for the project at the school. Now, I just want to clear up and make sure the facts are out there. So this is not this is complicated in that it's a city bond, but the city is actually not paying money. It's allowing the school to finance. So it's a financing protection. That's why the city's actually supporting the project. There's no city funds. There's no fiscal impact to this. So I just want that to be clear that this is a wholly, I believe, privately financed project, and I believe it will be expanding the fields. I believe it's going to be along Broome Street. So I just wanted to clear that up, and if there's any questions, of course, let me know. But this is surely just a financing backed by the city.
Thank you. Councilmember Oliver.
Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, would like to be a sponsor, but I want everybody to know the city's not putting a penny in this. They have plenty of money over there, as if I am going through, just hypothetically speaking, maybe I'm going through Kingswood Community Center to give someone else money who may not have everything they need, but none of this money is coming from the city. So I, too, would like to make that clear. And it's a lot of our kids that utilize that park. So for that reason only, I will be supporting this legislation.
Thank you. And seeing no other hands raised, Councilman Johnson.
I don't have any further comments. I appreciate everyone's support and, again, continuing to move the city forward. And just to reiterate, as Councilmember Oliver said, there's no city dollars going towards this project.
All right, thank you. I don't believe that Councilmember McCoy is signed in virtually at this point. So clerk, please call for the roll.
Councilman White,
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabrera,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Yes.
President Congo.
Yes.
9 yeas and 4 absent.
Declared adopted. Councilmember Johnson.
Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for first and second reading.
Ordinance 24026, Agenda 0431, an ordinance to adopt a new methodology for calculating city council salaries and to establish salaries of city council members for the 109th council session to be effective as of January 7, 2025.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to adopt a new methodology for calculating city council salaries to establish salaries of city council members for the 109th council session to be effective as of January 7, 2025.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move that we notice the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer it to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Mr. President, I have another ordinance to present and call for first and second reading.
Ordinance 24027, Agenda 0432, an ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the City Code to create a water review board.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the City Code to create a water review board.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move that we notice the first and second reading of ordinance and refer it to the Finance Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilmember Oliver.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution to present.
Resolution 24026, Agenda 0426, whereas Section 2-307 of the City Charter of the City of Wilmington authorizes the Board of Pensions and Retirement to submit to council a plan for pensions and retirement that is comprehensive, fair, and actuarially sound.
I move this resolution be received, recorded, and filed, and adopted by yea and nay vote.
Second.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second the resolution be received, recorded, filed, and adopted by yea or nay vote on the question.
Yes, Mr. President. I have to admit, I have butterflies in my stomach right now because the Honorable Ted Blunt met him for breakfast one morning. He asked me to look into this pensionary situation, and he said they hadn't had a raise in over 15 or 18 years. At the time, I wasn't really familiar with everything he was talking about, and I did reach out to Willie Patrick, and he explained a little bit to me, but I did attend the pensionaries meeting, and just to hear the stories of the firefighters and the widows who haven't, not even received, as it was stated here, receiving under 20 or 15,000. And this is not about a color thing, because we have a lot of black and white firefighters, and they do provide a service for us. And I just had a bad fire next door to my house. Thank God I wasn't burnt out because I had a firewall. But just to hear that they haven't had a raise and they, serviced the city in 18 years, I just think it's appalling. And I think this should be a priority in a budget, that these guys and these females or whoever, just the firefighters, the COLA should be, I just think it's overdue. I mean, that's ridiculous that they have to go through this. People 70, 80 years old that have worked and fought and served the city, and they can't even get a raise. And the money is in there, and some type of increase should be provided to these individuals who have serviced the city of Wilmington. I just think it's just, my heart just goes out to them. But I would like to give all the credit to the Honorable belated Ted Blunt, who told me to look into this, and now I see what he was talking about. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize Councilmember Yolanda McCoy, Councilmember Bracy.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Thank you. Councilmember Field.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Councilmember White.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor also, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Cabrera. I would also like to be added as a co-sponsor. Councilmember Cabrera.
Mr. President, may I be excused after the vote?
Yes, you may be excused after the vote. Councilmember
It's nobody else but me.
Field.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I will
Mr.
return.
President, can you just give me 1
Yes.
second? Just for the record, I have co-sponsors added: Councilwoman Bracy, Councilman Johnson, Councilman Nathan Field, Councilman White, yourself, President, and Councilwoman Fields.
Okay. Councilmember McCoy.
Thank you. I'm sorry, if you wouldn't mind just giving me the numbers again so I know which one you are speaking of. My sound has been acting real crazy.
Councilmember Oliver.
Yes, Councilwoman McCoy, this is regarding the COLA, what we've been discussing. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you were discussing.
Okay, so that would be 0426, the cost of living adjustment for the pension beneficiaries.
All right, thank you. Thank you for making me aware.
Thank you. Councilmember Oliver. Final comments.
No, my final comments is that, like I said, I have to give all praises and honor to the Honorable belated Ted Blunt, who told me to check into this, and I'm glad I did. And that's all I have to say before I get emotional. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Count-
Excuse me 1 second. Councilmember McCoy?
I'm sorry, yes. Now I understand what you're speaking of. I would also like to be added to this resolution.
All right, thank you.
So noted.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman White,
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fields,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabrera,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Yes.
President Congo.
Yes.
10 yeas and 3 absent.
Declared adopted. Councilmember Oliver?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 24028, Agenda 0427, an ordinance to authorize and approve 3 one-year extensions of amended contract 22002 WDPS pump, valve, and miscellaneous mechanical equipment maintenance services between the City of Wilmington and Municipal Maintenance Company.
Mr. President.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to authorize and approve 3 one-year extensions of amended contract 22002 WDPS pump, valve, and miscellaneous mechanical equipment maintenance services between the City of Wilmington and Municipal Maintenance Company.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I have another ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 24029, Agenda 0428, an ordinance to authorize and approve 3 one-year extensions of amended contract 22003 WDPS Water Distribution System Electrical Equipment and Management and Maintenance Services between the City of Wilmington and Willier Electric Motor Repair Company, Inc.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to authorize and approve 3 one-year extensions of amended contract 22003 WDPS Water Distribution System Electrical Equipment Management and Maintenance Services between the City of Wilmington and Willier Electric Motor Repair Company, Inc.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move this be known, Mr. President, I move that this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I have another ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 24030, Agenda 0429, an ordinance to authorize and approve 2 one-year extensions of amended contract 24009 PWPS Municipal Complex Facilities Management between the City of Wilmington and the Asset Management Alliance.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to authorize and approve 2 one-year extensions of amended contract 24009 PWPS Municipal Complex Facilities Management between the City of Wilmington and the Asset Management Alliance.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a question before we move on. Mr. President, could Maribel tell us the date that the Public Works and Transportation Committee meeting date is on? Because someone just texted me.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's for May 20th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 24031, Agenda 0430, an ordinance to amend Chapter 42 of the City Code to revise the Underground Facilities Coordination Manual.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 42 of the City Code to revise the Underground Facilities Coordination Manual.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee, May the 16th. Thank you.
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Public Works and Transportation Committee.
That would be all, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. This time we'll move to petitions and communications. Councilmember White.
None at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilmember Darby.
None at this time.
Thank you, Councilmember Oliver.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. I would like to thank everyone who just came up for the homeownership forum held down at Stubbs Schools for individuals who was trying to buy homes through this, in the city of Wilmington, who had a credit score of 640 and up. And Councilman White was there, and some banks was there to provide individuals with information where they can get some money. It wasn't just like the first-time home buyers, it was individuals who already went through the process and their credit was good. And I thought it was a really nice turnout, and I'd like to thank Councilman White for participating in that. Secondly, I would like to announce that we are doing a renaming of Bishop Thomas Weeks Sr. this May the 4th. It's his anniversary. It starts at 11 o'clock, and I will hope that everyone will come out because he has done a tremendous job in that area. He owns all that property, where all that property back there. It goes all the way down. Anything you see by his church, he owns. The HSS, the parking lot, Gerald's old car wash, the land and back across from there. He owns acres and acres over there. He has did a lot in that community, and they're going to be building some little mini stores over there. So I'd just like to give all praises to Apostle Weeks for working hard over the years to acquire all that property, and it's going to really be nice over there. So I just want to invite people to come out.
Thank you. Councilmember Fields.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd just like to announce Ms. Noor. She's going to be on Route 9 Live. She's going to be at the Route 9 Library on Saturday for prostate education networking. And the CBTU is sponsoring, and it starts at 10:30. Also, I would like to talk about the renaming of the Mercedes Fields Way. That date has been put on the calendars for May 15th. It's going to be on the 200 block of North Madison Street. The times are from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then after that, we will have light refreshments at William Hicks Anderson Community Center, where she worked. If anyone has any questions or concerns, please give the office a call and leave me a message, or you can email me. Thank you. And I have a few quotes. Negative people can really bring you down, and rarely, if ever, will you be able to bring them up. Renee Evanson. Be more concerned with your character than with your reputation. Your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. John Wooden. And this is for Mother's Day. Successful mothers are not the ones that have never struggled. They are the ones that never give up despite the struggles. Sharon, somebody, I don't know, I can't read the last name. But thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, and congratulations for the renaming.
Thank you.
Councilmember McCoy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Actually, May 1st actually was May Day, and that was something that MSK has celebrated yesterday. So I hope that they had a very successful May Day. May Day is actually a concept that I came up with last year, and I shared that information with IMAC. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to partner with them again this year, but I did make certain that I put that information out. The purpose behind May Day is I just wanted to make certain people had an understanding of why I really asked for people to come together and give us take a breath, take a moment, think about what's going on. We need to pray or have some silent reflection about how things have been working here within our city within the past few weeks. And now that it's actually about to start getting warm, we don't want to have any type of conflict or unrest that we would normally see, I guess, during the warm summer months. So I just wanted to make certain that everyone took some time, that they got a chance to reflect, they got a chance to pray, that they understood, that May Day actually is May 1st, but I had to do it on the 2nd. and that also, you know, May Day not only is, I guess, a day that is celebrated mostly in Europe, but May Day actually is about, it's a signal of distress. We sometimes go through these things during this time, during this period of the season, just when it's about to get warm, the kids get out, and we just want to make certain that our community is safe, that our city is safe. I just hope that everyone got a chance to reflect today, and that we said a prayer for our city. That's all that I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Johnson.
Yes, I would like to just first thank all those who came out to the Southwest Civic meeting this past Monday, as we got to talk to the community engagement unit and really continue the momentum we have. This is an organization that actually have been dormant for a long time, and we actually have been, credit to the neighbors for coming together to solve some of the issues. Captain Roselle and I even talked today. We're still working on a lot of the traffic issues in the area, and some of the concerns that were raised. So again, we appreciate everyone for taking part in helping out your community. Housekeeping matters. There is Finance Committee coming up. There's a lot going on with the budget. We do have to finalize the city budget, and we're coming down to the wire. Wish we had more time, but we don't. We have to pass the budget before the end of the month, or city bills don't get paid. So we've got a lot of work to do, all 13 of us on the council, and trying to negotiate with the administration. So please stay tuned. Please continue to contact us at City Council, also on the WILM-DE budget website. And the key important dates, we have a Finance Committee meeting scheduled for Monday, I believe it's May 12th. This will be where the final versions of the budget ordinances will be presented, and then to be voted on that Thursday. So there's a lot going on in the next 2 weeks, so please, again, keep us engaged. Let us know if there's something we left out of the budget. Please let us know, as we are fighting for you all in the community. And another housekeeping matter, talk about small businesses. Sunday is Cinco de Mayo, and so we do have many. Definitely on the west side, we have a lot of great authentic Mexican and Hispanic restaurants, so please come out to support. We have, of course, Three Amigos on Lincoln. We have Santa Fe on Pennsylvania Avenue, El Toro as well, and Union Pub. They have many events for Cinco de Mayo, so please come out, support our small business community. And I'll also have a margarita or some other great nachos. I'll be there at some point, I believe, on Sunday. So just please, again, support our small business community. And, of course, a special shout-out to our mothers, those not only blood mothers, but those mothers who watch the youth in our community and watch the block, or grandmothers or dog mothers, anyone who cares for Wilmington. Peace and blessings to you all, and have a restful weekend. Take care.
Thank you, Councilmember Field.
Yes, I want to thank the 20 or so neighbors that came out on Saturday to help clean up, do some spring cleaning at Soldiers and Sailors Monument. We did I think a pretty good job of doing, just some standard spring cleaning to make it look really nice. And if you haven't seen it at night, it is now lit up, and it looks, I think, amazing. And I want to give a special shout out to Parks Department employee and city resident Lenny Safran for his work in the design of the night lighting at Soldiers and Sailors. It really, I don't think it could have come out any better. And just to highlight a couple of upcoming social activities in and around the 8th District. Friday is Art Loop, and the Howard Pyle Studio is again opened up. That is 5 to 8. There will be music, and you can see the art, and also at Blue Street Gallery in 40 Acres. A week from this weekend is the Flower Market, which is one of the premier outdoor fairs in the city of Wilmington. And then the next weekend, there's a lot going on. The Wilmington Grand Prix in Brandywine Park, and also the Brandywine Shad Fest, also in Brandywine Park on Sunday, the 18th. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Cabrera. Okay, thank you. Councilmember Bracy.
Yes, on Thursday, May 9th, the Delaware Minority Small Business Expo will be held in Dover, Delaware, at the Bally's Dover Casino, right on DuPont Highway in Dover, Delaware. And they're hosting it in Dover so that folks from Wilmington and folks from Sussex County can come. It's a statewide event. There's going to be lots of opportunity for our small business and our minority entrepreneurs to get in front of the SBA, Barclays Bank, Citizens Bank, Wells Fargo. They're going to have lots of resources there. So if you have the time and opportunity, the information is online. It is sponsored in partnership with Stand By Me. So please, for all of our entrepreneurs and our Black businesses in the city, minority business owners, if you have the time, go out to Delaware's Minority Business Expo on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you. I just have one announcement.
Mr. President?
Yes,
Everybody's going
Councilmember
to give
Oliver.
us his time.
I'm sorry.
Councilman Vince is going to give us his time. I forgot to say something.
Oh, sure. You can.
Oh, I didn't write it down. I want to thank the East Side Association. No, that would be the church, Michelle Harley, and all the volunteers who did the cleanup on the East Side. I'm sorry, I don't know how I forgot about that. Wolfie's group, Deborah Mason's group came out on the East Side. On the North Side, it was North Side for Life back there. They cleaned up, and also that was over on Northeast area, and 11th Street Bridge, it was the Hawks. So I'm glad I'm sorry I'm sorry for missing to thank everybody. And Habitat's group came out also, so we did a tremendous cleanup for Cleanup Day, and the city picked up so many gallons, tons of trash. So, and we did several alleys over there. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out volunteer. It just slipped my mind. And then I like to give the rest of that time to Brigida.
Thank you. I would like to thank Quaker Hill Neighborhood Association. I would also like to thank Officer Chris Pertucci and some of the WPD community engagement team that came to 7th Street between West and Tatnall, which is one of the saturated areas. They cleaned up there, and we had a lot of trash removed. So I want to thank them. I would also like to thank the neighbors that were up there, even the people that weren't supposed to be out there or whatever, they were out there cleaning up. So I want to thank them as well. I would like to thank West Center City Neighborhood Association for cleaning up around William Hicks Anderson Community Center. I would also like to thank the Alphas for coming into Westtown Village and West Center City to clean up. They actually cleaned up from 4th Street to 2nd Street, from Monroe to Jefferson. So I would like to really thank them. They come out every year, and it was about 18 of them. So, I really appreciate what they did. And I also like to thank Cool Springs and Tilton Park for getting out there and cleaning up as well. So I would just like to thank everybody. Oh, yeah, and definitely we would like to thank Tanya Phillips and the constituent services for organizing all of this. Had it not been for her, I don't know where the gloves and the pickers and the trash would be. So, and how it was well organized. So I definitely want to thank her every year for what she does to help us one day to help us clean our community. And that's it. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember White.
Yeah, point of order. I only yielded my time to one of my colleagues.
That's
I
what
don't know how it got passed around, but
Yeah.
you're welcome.
I bet you asleep. Caught that.
I just have one announcement. The East Side Pride Recovery Meeting, their 2nd anniversary and celebration and reunion will be on Tuesday, May the 7th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Central Baptist Church on 9th and Pine Streets. Open to all men and women, young and old, who desire to recover from addictions. There will be food served, and it is free. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, this meeting is for you. Please come every Tuesday, and it's sponsored by the Eastside Pride and WHGE 95.3 FM in conjunction with Central Baptist Church and the Afro-American Historical Society. Again, that is on Tuesday, May the 7th, at Central Baptist Church from 7 to 8:30. And I would just like to thank everyone who joined us for our meeting this evening, those who joined us virtually and those who are in council chambers. Thank you for your participation and your engagement. If you ever need any of us to help you in any way, please call us at 302-576-2140. Again, our number is 302-576-2140. And we welcome you to our meetings, to our council meetings, our committee meetings, and we appreciate all of you. And with that, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
It's been properly moved and second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everyone.